Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Reino de las Mascaras, the Kingdom of the Masks. I'm your host as always, Ray de Mascaras, and today we're going to talk about a mask with a pretty fun story. Not about the mask itself, but the road leading to the mask. So, without any further ado, let's get started. So a couple years ago, during the pandemic time, Republic of Lucha did a series of virtual meet and greets with various luchadors. The first one, I believe, was the Lucha Brothers along with Bandito and Flamita. I did not participate in that one. If memory serves me correctly, something came up and I was busy that weekend, or I just plain forgot. I can't remember which. But when they announced a follow-up with Fenix, Penta El Cero Miedo, and Thunder Rosa, I jumped on board. And it was really fun. I was super nervous. That was the first time I had met luchadors, even if it was virtual. It was the first time I'd been in somebody's presence like that, aside from Arrow Boy. But Arrow Boy was at the merch table at a local show, and I bought some masks from him. You can go back and watch the video for that one. I think it was like episode 6 or 7 maybe. So anyway, living up in the Midwest, the opportunity to meet luchadors face to face doesn't come around too often. I've gotten pretty lucky this year. First Wrestling in Minneapolis has hosted their semi-annual WrestlePalooza events, and I was lucky enough the first one in January to be able to meet Gringo Loco, Commander, and Arez. And I believe I did an episode where I talked about the Arez mask that I bought. Where is it? There it is. The chair's hiding it, sorry. And then this past June, I was fortunate enough to also add Laredo Kid and Aramis to that list, and Gravity. And you can see right behind me, that one's not hidden, the Aramis mask that I got from Aramis. And I'll talk about that one maybe next week. Let me know. But anyway, so the opportunity for me to meet a lot of my favorites is very rare. So this virtual meet and greet was something I felt I really had to do. I had to meet these guys, and Thunder Rosa as well. So I logged in. My wife helped me with Zoom because I was a little we'll say technologically illiterate with conference stuff. So logged in, and it was really neat because at first it was like we were going to type our questions in the box. But then with only 3 of us, we kind of configured that we could each present our question, actually, for lack of a better term, in person. We didn't have to type it out. We could just say it. So they came back to me, and I was totally unprepared. I was nervous. I was unprepared. And kind of a quirk with me, can't see it with a mask on, but if I'm in deep thought or really concentrating hard on something, I tend to have a very, very serious look on my face. So Penta kind of looked, he kind of turned his head a little bit, and with kind of a coy smile said, "Why so serious, bro?" And that was like one hell of an icebreaker, because I kind of chuckled. I kind of word vomited a little bit and said, "Oh, I'm just so nervous to meet you guys. You're my favorites, so on and so forth." But it really lightened the mood. Everybody kind of had a good chuckle at it, and everything kind of just flowed from there. It was really cool. And that was a couple of weeks before Double or Nothing 2021. And the reason that sticks out is because when Penta came out for Double or Nothing in the Casino Battle Royal, he had a totally Joker-inspired outfit. And I looked at it, and of course, me being me, and the collector in my brain, I was like, I need that mask. And of course, that's where my brain gravitated to. But then after a few minutes, I started thinking, and I thought back to that meet and greet, and I thought back to him asking why so serious. And I thought to myself, was that on purpose? Now that I think about it, I'm like, was that on purpose? Did he kind of like throw that hint out there because he knew he was bringing that Joker mask out? And I've always kind of gone back to that. It's just kind of a cool moment, a cool little thing of like, what if, I wonder, type of thing. So a few months later, I was doing my usual checks on eBay, and you've seen it on the short if you haven't seen it already, but here it is. This guy popped up. Now this is a replica, very well done replica. I'm not gonna shy away from it. As my collecting years have gone on, I've really started gravitating toward being strictly either official mask or ring worn, that sort of thing. So this is one that is just, it's a great replica. You can see here, made by Reino, by specifically Rigo Rosas. I really hope I'm pronouncing all these correctly. If I'm not, just let me know. I'm not going to take it personally. I am a stickler for details, so I want to make sure I'm saying things right when I'm putting these out. So if I am incorrect in my pronunciation, please let me know. I am in the midst of learning Spanish. I've got a lot to learn. So if I'm not saying something right, just give me a heads up. But yeah, this thing is just, it's magical. It's a great mask. Replica-wise, paid probably a little more than I usually pay for replica, but it had to be done. And it's always kind of worked out where when Republic of Lucha puts new masks out and these awesome Joker masks are out there, the timing just doesn't work out. I believe there is one right now on the website that's available. Chalk it up to another time where timing just wasn't working out here because I'm in the midst of acquiring hopefully at least one, if not two masks. So my finances have been allocated over here. So I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer to get an official or a ring worn Joker Penta mask. But this is just, I mean, the details are just great. You know, you've got the smile marks on the side, the green and black and purple just pop. You've got the blood trickling off of the logo on the forehead here. It's just great. It fits really well. Probably saw it on the short where you can, you know, it's not too tight, not too loose. It fits just right. Is the best way I can explain it. But one of my cooler pieces from Penta El Cero Miedo, and hopefully before year's end, I'll have that. I'll have either that official one or something ring worn to go along with that. And with that said, what will I do? What will I do with this guy if I do acquire something official? I don't know. Never been one to sell my masks, even when I do get quote unquote upgrades. You know, I've got the AEW worn Penta, and then I've got somewhere back here, and it might be on the other side, I've got a pro grade replica of it. It doesn't make sense. Oh, it's hanging up there. That's why. You can't see it, but it's hanging. There we go. Hanging over there with the Republic of Lucha flag. But I don't know. I've always kind of wondered, you know, for me, my area with friends that I've got, I don't have a whole lot of people that collect masks, so it's not like I could just, you know, hey, you want to buy this for a little bit, you know. I don't know, you know, maybe if I get 500 followers, I'll do a giveaway on Instagram, or 100 subscribers here. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's hard to say, but anyway, yeah, that is the story of going from being asked why so serious to having this guy on my shelf. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope that was a good story. I do try to present stories when I can. Sometimes I feel like I kind of ramble on when it's just, hey, here's this cool mask, and so on. So it's fun to do these where there's, you know, a cool backstory to them and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and do those a few more times in the next coming weeks here. Kind of seems to be a little better than, like I said, just holding something in front of the camera and saying, hey, isn't this cool? So As always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. I am available here. I'm available on Instagram. I'm available on Twitter. Come find me. We'll have a nice chat. We'll, I'm happy to answer questions or, field requests. So that's another week. We'll see you next week. And until then, live, laugh, love, and as always, Lucha Libre. We'll see you.